start this thing.
What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome. It's Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for being here with us tonight on Christmas night. No, the graphic does not say Merry Christmas because OU landed the commitment, Cole Gonzales. That's not why it says Merry Christmas, although they did land that commitment out of Western Carolina. If you look at his numbers, really good numbers, especially for what he's going to be as a four-string quarterback here at OU. But it says Merry Christmas because it's Christmas. So Merry Christmas. Hope everyone had a great Christmas today. And what's up, Jay?
What's going on? Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's doing good. Good to be back. Had the night off last night. Spent it with family. Still with family, but glad we're able to do this tonight. So, yeah, hope everybody enjoyed their time today.
And I apologize. I said four-string, third string. And probably has the best numbers of any third-string quarterback in the nation.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. This guy or Still Weasel? Who you prefer?
This guy's got numbers, Jay. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. People I know. I mean, it's a guy he's third string. Okay, guys. I mean, be happy with what they got for the third string quarterback, right?
Yeah. Daniel says Weasel, but there's not much to say about it, Jay. I don't know what people, what Sooner fans want us to sit here and say about it. Obviously, Ron's being facetious and Ron's being a little bit exaggerative in the comments. No surprise, it's Ron Brown. I mean, that's kind of what he does. But yeah, no news really. I mean, yeah, they get a third string quarterback. That's what it is, and he's got a lot of numbers. Happy Christmas to you, Juan Blero. Merry Christmas to you, Jen. All those that are on here. Man, bowl games in 2 days. Yeah, his last name is. It is. That is correct, Daniel. Hey, bowl games in 2 days. I expect RSJ to have just a massive game. It's going to be reminding me of the great Brandon Everett, Jay. That's what I think.
Hey, what would you think Friday? Would you wager that Friday the two starters at safety will be RSJ and Peyton Bowen?
Agreed.
That's where I'm leaning right now. Now I think Boganowski gets quite a bit of playing time. I do.
That's the other one I would look for a lot in the box.
Yeah, maybe Powers. Do you think Powers could get in there some? Possibly.
Yeah, Powers could play some, Jay. It says, so the release depth chart is final now, or are there some pending injuries that aren't listed? They're not going to do another depth chart, I don't think, Jay, before the game. So the one you saw last is the official one. And like Hunter says, they're never final. In fact, they're usually fraudulent.
Yeah, if you look at all year long, they haven't really been that close to really, I would say, final. Donald's asking, anybody tailgating Friday? I know Hunter's going. Some other people are going. If you are, drop it in here. That would be awesome. Y'all can kind of do some tailgate. Yeah, it's an 11 o'clock game's the only problem. That's the issue with it, is you got an early kick, and a lot of people be traveling down there the morning of the game. So, and probably not going to be a whole lot of time for tailgating.
Correct. And Zias, I expect Jaden Hardy as well. Hardy's played some this year already in big games.
True.
I would expect him to play a lot here. Question from Mark. What do you guys think about the University of Colorado getting insurance for Sanders and Hunter to play? Actually, they got insurance for all of their players.
Well, Jerm,
But
they got
I know what you mean, Jay.
They got it for Sanders and Hunter, and nobody else is really going to be partaking in that,
agree.
I would imagine.
I think it sets a precedent in some ways, but I don't know. Look, I don't know what to think about it.
I think it's great. What do you mean, what to think about it?
What to think about in the fact that if other teams are going to do it, Jay. KC says everyone does it. It's just Colorado is kind of talking about it a lot.
I think it's smart. I do, and I think and Hunter, it's a great point. I think guys that might opt out might not if they had insurance. I think there's a possibility of that, Hunter.
Well, some guys aren't going to opt out anymore because they're staying in college. Speaking of that, I think it's time to mention it. the biggest news, if you want to say Merry Christmas, it wasn't today. It was the fact that it sounds like R. Mason Thomas is coming back. That would be massive. That's massive, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I think people thought he might have been leaning towards that, but it sounds like
I
mean,
know the post was deleted, Hunter. I said it would be massive if he comes back. I didn't say anything's official. It would be massive. It would be better than landing most guys out of the portal that you can land at defensive end.
For sure on that.
He may be the best edge. He may be the best edge rusher in the SEC, maybe in the country next year. If he were to come back, that's what it would be.
He was pretty high this year, Jeremy, in the SEC.
Chester, I know you're saying no way he comes back, but it sounds like it was close to happening. I don't know all the stuff that went down. Okay, I'm not here to sit here and sift through that. I'm just saying it would be massive if R. Mason comes back. And it sounds like what James Thompson goes to Illinois. To me, Jay, they lose George to Ohio State. This is my thoughts on all that. It's going to be pretty hard for OU to land a defensive lineman, whether you're interior or edge, that is wanting to play a lot with the guys OU has, especially if R. Mason Thomas comes back. If R. Mason Thomas comes back, and then you have Stone, Jackson, Halton, Dominique Williams, if he comes back, like I don't see a big-time guy coming to Norman and sitting behind those guys.
Well, and that's what you deal with out of the portal with guys you
maybe
get.
That's
what
why
do you
other
currently
guys
have
elsewhere, Jay?
What do you currently have on your roster? How much playing time will I get if I come to your school? How much are you going to pay me? All that is all things that matter. And R. Mason Thomas, if he does come back to OU, he's going to get paid a pretty penny. So, that would be for sure. Zach says, I want to see PJ play.
It's what we say every year, but he hasn't.
But you know what? I'll say this. You can complain. I know people can complain offensively. They want to see certain guys, German. I know you mentioned Devon Mitchell every night on here, and I get it. Because based off what they threw out there at tight end, who wouldn't want to see him? But last year, who were you going to put PJ in for that wasn't playing good on defensive end?
Yeah, Downs had a good year. Trace Ford was good last year. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So maybe PJ needs to maybe take it up a notch this year.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, so.
Hey, Ron, I'm just telling you right now, outside of a handful of guys, I don't know names in the portal. I don't know of any name in the portal that's going to start over some of the guys that OU has on the line this year defensively. And let's be honest.
Real quick, hey, I want to address this, Jeremy. You already brought it up, and so because people might get confused in the chat. I don't want people to be confused. One Oklahoma put out the tweet yesterday, or was it 2 days? Was it yesterday that R. Mason Thomas is returning? He'll be back next year. The tweet got deleted, KJ Goated. It got deleted. Then you had R. Mason Thomas on his Instagram and go in there and put ... I mean, stuff like that. So I don't know. It was released, but then they deleted it. I don't know what's going on.
I can't say that I know either, Jay, unless he wanted to announce it himself. And that's speculation at that point. So I would think, I mean, obviously it sounds like he's playing in the bowl game. Dominique Williams playing in the bowl game. Again, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not sugarcoating anything. Please hear me tonight on Christmas night. I'm not sugarcoating. I'm not sunshine pumping. Okay? I'm not. It's not what I'm doing here. But for the people that say, OU just hasn't really gotten anyone on defense. I mean, I don't think they're trying to get a whole lot on defense, honestly. Maybe a couple positions, but even a lot of those are going to be depth pieces.
I agree defensively. I agree.
That's what I'm saying, defensively.
Hey, Platone, if anybody can donate money. Anybody. It doesn't just have to be a business. So Mark says on the ref, the one Oklahoma guy cleared that up. He is coming back. I did not hear that, Mark. What show was that on today? Was that on today or yesterday?
I don't know, but Daniel's got a great thing. Look, before the new year, before it gets January 1, 2025, Daniel, I think everyone should kind of come up with your greatest comment, make it into a comment of you returning or going elsewhere, and put it in the chat. We'll do a night with that.
Oh, that would be great. People saying if they're coming back to Sooner Surge next year, they're hitting the portal.
And it can be fun. And even if you aren't going elsewhere to another podcast or somewhere else or dropping us all, it would still be fun to kind of banter and do that. I think that would be a blast. You know, it's a lot of germs yelling. I just couldn't take it anymore, so decided to enter the portal. I'm sure that'll be on there.
Mark, I heard that interview. I don't recall the RMT stuff on there, but maybe I'm mistaken.
But all this went down after that interview, Jay.
Yes, correct.
The post was made yesterday. That would have been after the interview. Perryman says, who will step up as the leader on defense in Stutzman's absence? Can't overlook the importance of having a coach. Whoa. Before we get to that question by Perryman, Chester Carter has gifted 5 Sooner Surge memberships. If you get one of those, hold your horses, because Hunter's going to drop an email in here for you to join the Discord. Hey, Perryman, I think it's going to be Kip Lewis is the obvious answer. If our Mason Thomas comes back, it's him. And they got a great core of guys who can lead on the defense. Thanks so much, Chester. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Chester. Appreciate it.
Daniel's a lock for the 2025 Sooner Surge season.
Yeah, and there's the email, SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com if you want to check that out. After you get a membership, email us. We'll get you a link for the Discord. Big Trap in the house tonight. So appreciate everybody joining on this Christmas. I really do hope everybody had a good Christmas, Germ. It was good seeing you, seeing family. So hope everybody else got to do that as well.
And Denny says RSJ. RSJ can be the lead. Look, guys, RSJ played really well early. He kind of dropped off the second half of the season. Based on what I saw, I think this game, Navy, is perfect for him. He's going to get in the box. He's going to go hit people all day long. That's what I see.
Yeah, I would think
defense. Great momentum for him for next year.
Defensively, I would think Kip Lewis or RMT is kind of where I would go. But
and Kobe McKenzie, I think, has great leadership.
Kobe's another one, Germ. Kobe's another one.
Boosters came together solely to pay RMT without taking from the team NIL budget. That would be massive if that happened. That would be huge. Colin and Hunter might be able to address this. Are there any current recruits that are new that are going through bowl practice? There's got to be a few, I would think. I would think there would have to be a few.
If you remember last year, I know Jaden Jackson was a big time. Was one that did it last year, and
haven't heard anything this year. Bowl practice hardly.
Haven't heard a whole lot. Hunter said, 2025 signees. If Jay continues with trivia, if Jerm promised to play the trumpet, and if Hunter keeps being the stat king, I will not enter the podcast portal. There we go, Jerm. I can bring trivia slang. Jerm, you got that trumpet ready? We'll do what the viewers want.
I don't
keep
have
you guys.
It tonight.
What'd you get for Christmas, Jerm? Did you get gifts this year?
Spent time with family. Satisfaction of watching my our three sons, open their gifts, and just quality time together, man. That's my gift. So there you go. It's not a pup and such.
It's not sure if it's I trust the guy that told me.
Pup and such.
Is it tie-dye?
This is actually the official United States track and field from my cousin, who was in the Olympics again, Paralympian in the Paralympics. Who starts at Cheetah? If Dolby is...
That's right. Hey, Zach's got a question. I would agree with Bobby here. Sammy O.
Yeah, I think Sammy O's the starter. Dolby, in my opinion, if
that's where I would...
look, I don't know what's going on with Jay. Sorry, Jay, like you're either in or out. I can't hear. Okay. Anyway, Yeah, I think I expect it to be Sammy O and then Dolby as a backup if he's ready. And then there's other guys they're probably going to likely move down to the cheetah position. I'm not, I don't know. I think there are Lewis Carter, I think, will stay at linebacker, though. Steve-O Rolo, new member. You can email us at SoonerSurgePod, SoonerSurgePodcast@gmail.com. I think it's SoonerSurgePod. Hunter will drop it in there. Sorry. Yeah, McKenzie is a Mike right now. Carter is a Will. That's right. I don't know about any of that. And Blake's talking about Kanak. Look, I've talked for a year or two about Kanak moving to where he can get the ball more often. I think this is the year to do it if that's going to happen.
Question, Germ.
There you are.
What do you mean, where am I? I've been here.
Oh, sorry. You've been, okay, go ahead.
I got a question. For instance, the comment there about Kanak, and you talked about it for a year, I know, Germ. If Kanak moves to offense, what does your two deep look like at linebacker?
You're hurting a little bit.
You have Kobe and Kip, and you have Lewis Carter and
Nesta.
That's what I'm saying. So, do you feel like you have four comfortable there?
I mean, it could be a thing where he could also do both, Jay.
Yeah, I'm just asking a question. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hey, Ron says, are you guys concerned about what, the game Friday or about next year? And Hunter, I'm not saying playing both ways. I'm saying if he's at a position on offense that doesn't get used a whole lot, he would still be the backup linebacker. That's my opinion.
So right now, and I agree with Steve probably. Right now, there's your starters. Would you agree with that? McKenzie and Kip.
McKenzie and Kip, yeah, I would agree.
Okay, Lewis so then Carter
you have Lewis Carter backing up Kip, and then probably Kanak backing up McKenzie right now.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have a ton of depth at linebacker. Am I missing somebody?
James Nesta.
I know that, but what about Powers? Where you think he's going to move up to cheetah? Somebody's mentioning here. I mean,
Ron H says maybe Peyton Bowen moving to cheetah and Boganowski playing the safety. I'm all for that.
And Bobby, if he's not the
he's the 2D. Come on,
Jerem. Listen, if he's not the 2 deep, he has to be moved to the offense. You got to use him.
Who's going to be ahead of him in the 2 deep?
Nesta, maybe.
I don't see him ahead of a Kanak, Jay. Kanak was in the 2 deep this year, wasn't he?
What about you? What about Sammy O at linebacker?
Well, if they move him from, move him to cheetah, but then at that point, I'm moving Kanak to cheetah. At that point,
would you rather have Kanak on defense or offense?
I want Kanak on the field. I don't care where it is. I want him on the field.
Gotcha.
That's where I want him, Jay. I've said it time and time again. Okay, and Ron wants us to address the kind of where OU is getting all these portal guys from, and if we're concerned on that. Here's what I'm going to say. I want to say it correctly, because I don't want people just coming at me saying that I'm doing some kind of false narrative or creating some kind of excitement that there shouldn't be. On defense, I think they're pretty set unless they bring one or two guys in, okay? Where they got guys on offense, the fact is they did get the number one portal guy, large part because of Ben Arbuckle and who they have on staff. That's why they got him. So they got the number one portal guy. I think Giovanni Gibson, Satania, and Keontez Lewis are good wide receiver gets out of the portal. I don't care where they're from because, like I've said before, at receiver, I don't think it necessarily matters at that point where you're from. If you're athletic and you've caught a lot of balls and you've played places and played a lot, I think that helps. O-line, they bring the Simmons guy in from Western Carolina. That's just that meh for me. Okay. And then Luke Baklinka from Stanford, I think is a guy that's probably, kind of like, I would compare that to maybe McCade Matora when he came here from California, and it took him 2 years to get right at OU. First year he wasn't as good. Second year he's really good. Thoughts by you, Jay?
I agree a little bit on the receiver stuff. I'm disappointed in what they did in the portal in the tight end room. Jerem, we've argued this before. I thought they could have went and got an experienced tight end that has played and caught a lot of balls. Okay. And then as far as defense, didn't expect them to do much out of the portal. Love John Mateer. Think it's a great get. Like the receivers. There's not one that I'm just going to be like, wow, this guy could be first, second round NFL draft pick. But can they play the spot? Yeah. And then O-line, I would like to have probably. Here's the thing, though. We've talked about it. Portal O-linemen are hard to come by. Really, 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 really good ones. It's just a position that's you don't see a lot in the portal. They develop. They you just don't see it a lot. So, Bobby, I've seen a couple guys late hit at cornerback, and I wouldn't mind either of the two that I've seen hit late. I would love to have a cornerback in the portal.
Isn't there a Tennessee D lineman that maybe hit the portal?
Tennessee D lineman and a Tennessee defensive back. I would love to get a defensive back out of the portal, Bobby. I would.
It is Monty Ward, tonight known as Mary Ward. Hey, Merry Christmas, Monty, and God bless you all. God bless you all as well. Hey, we're going to open the phone lines here tonight. Look, I don't know if we'll do the trivia. It's kind of, when you dominate every night, it's kind of like, but we're going to open the phone lines, get this started. Love to hear your thoughts about the Navy game. Love to hear your thoughts about the portal. Love to hear your thoughts about anything Oklahoma. Whoa, what happened to Jay? Looks like he's in the dark. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. It's a great time to get on the Fan Stop and check out their Shirt of the Month Club and sign up for the new year. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months. It's a great time to do it. Get on board, get on the fanstop.com and check them out. Hunter will drop the phone lines in here in a second. Who will get walking papers? I'm not going to predict any names. I think there could be a guy or two that goes after the bowl game. Think about this. Some guys might want to play in the bowl game, kind of have like an audition for other schools to see. That's one thing to think about. Now, one guy who I think is going to put on a show, Devon Mitchell and two guys, Devon Mitchell and Caden Helton, I think are going to look good. Yep, I've said it a while, and I'm keep saying it. And Jay, why is your camera there? Look, there's Jay.
Hey, I'm gonna try it with the lights on here in the car. I'll see if this works. So, I don't want anybody to think I'm cheating on trivia if they call in and give us a trivia question and got my camera off. So,
no one's going to consider us cheating, especially since I get all the questions.
And Colin's right. Need a good game from Michael Hawkins. I'm excited to watch him. And
Correct.
I don't know, KJ. I would think, and one would think, he would play. I mean, you got Caden Helms and you got McIntyre. That's it, right?
Well, you went.
You got to play him some, I think.
You kind of went like Bauer Sharp and went robotic in the middle of you talking. So yeah, I couldn't hear what he said. Maybe you shouldn't have the camera on. It's going to mess with that. Look, Devon, if he doesn't play in the bowl game, then there's something going on. Like it would be baffling if he doesn't play. And I've said it all year. It's baffling.
Baffling.
Yeah, I have questions if Mitchell doesn't play much. I agree. Is Joe John Finley calling the bowl game? Dell sent. Yes, Dell sent. Joe John Finley is calling the bowl game. Ben Arbuckle is coaching the quarterbacks in the bowl game. Ben Arbuckle.
Yeah, and you saw him out at practice. I don't know if you saw a video of him, pictures and stuff of him out there going with the quarterback. So
he's robotic. Hey, Ethan O'Connor, cornerback from Wazoo, is supposed to be in good shape to get him. Yeah, anyone from Washington State, I would say OU's probably higher chance of getting than other guys. Hey, and Bobby, he would get run because Bauer Sharp is gone. And they've had extra weeks of practice. and it sounded like towards the end of the year he was looking better. So, I mean, if I had a choice, if I'm the head ball coach, if I'm anyone on staff at the University of Oklahoma, I appreciate what Jake Roberts has done. I really do. This isn't about someone finishing this season. I mean, yeah, let him play some, but Devon Mitchell's got to play. Caden Helms has to play. Period. Facts.
You're right. Can you hear me now, John?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't care about the depth chart either.
Hey, and I know Steve said member of the fan stop, love it. Yeah, if you're not a member of the fan stop, start the year off right this year. Become a member. You get all your officially licensed merchandise there. Great stuff. Use code SURGE to get 10% off your first 3 months. Great family run business. It's awesome. So check them out. Steve, thanks for being a member of the fan stop.
And I hope Mitchell does play. That's the one player that I'm really, really, really most excited about. No, I'm answering your question on who else is leaving. Like walk-on guys, corner. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's going to leave. Yeah, I don't really want to, again, speculate on that. Did Hunter drop the – I didn't see it, so I was curious if it's pinned up at the top. Phone lines are going to be open. Call in. Give us a take tonight. It is pinned at the top, Hunter says. Kudos to Hunter for running the chat as he does every night, for doing a lot. If you guys want to play the trivia trick to twins, we can do that later on. But otherwise, let's call in and give us your takes tonight on this Christmas night with the Sooner Surge.
NFL football today?
No, I don't have Netflix, Jay.
Well, I was wondering what people thought about it on Netflix. I would love for people to give us their thoughts on it, because it's Netflix. They're going to be streaming sports very soon. They're starting to get into it, so I just wonder what people's thoughts are on it. I didn't get to see it either, Jerm. I didn't get to see it either, and I have Netflix. I just wasn't able to watch today. So
someone said it crashed. Raven, yeah, I know the outcome of the game.
If it crashed like the Tyson stuff, are you kidding me?
And I agree, it is criminal that OKC did not play today. Criminal. Coconut, here's what I know about the new quarterback, Gonzales. Dude has a lot of yards and a lot of tutties. For a third-string quarterback that he's going to be at OU, he's probably the best third-string quarterback in the entire country. I don't think that's an exaggeration. I think he's the best, at least the most proven third-string quarterback in the country. Now, will we ever see him on the field? Probably not. Hopefully not, because hopefully the other guys are not hurt and playing well. That's what I would say. He's not starting, Ron. Not even close.
Hey, who were the Netflix commentators? Anybody know? I like I said, I didn't see it. Hey, and real quick, Bobby says Chiefs. Yeah. Chiefs Packers Super Bowl. Mark it down. Chiefs Packers.
Oh, old school, like Bart Starr.
That's right. Dawson. Chiefs Packers, man.
Braden is going to O'Connell's to watch the ball game Friday. Nice. Stacy Dell's former Sooner was the on-field commentator. Bobby says that Gonzales' dad's the wide receiver coach in Florida that has spent a ton of time with Urban and Mullins. I think ideally he wants to go into coaching like his father. That'd be great. Yeah. Spend some listen under Arbuckle as a quarterback, and then maybe bring him on as a grad assistant, and then you never know.
That's kind of what Keith Thompson wants to do. He can OU pretty much set this last year. He wants to get into coaching, so
correct.
I mean, I could see it.
I said
Stacey Dales. I don't want to mention this. I cut out for a second, but Stacey Dales, her career's really taken off. She's doing great stuff.
Now, Kate says
she's from OU too.
No, hey, first off, let me correct something, Ron. That's incorrect. 6,000 yards is correct. 51 tutties. It was misprinted. It's 51 tutties. Okay, got a lot of them. I have found. Look, hey, I'm ready. You guys can, hey, if Hunter wants to put those rules on here tonight, I'm fine with it. I was dominant, and Jay and I were dominant the other day. We can do it again. You can tell us the situation. We'll tell you the play. I'm not scared. Some of y'all might have went away for 24 hours.
I agree with what
up random plays. What, Jay?
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna.
I
That's
don't know
an
what
interesting, touchy thing.
There he is. There he is.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay.
You go in and then you go out, so I don't know if you're talking or not, man. Hey, Jay, are you interested in getting Keon Brown back? Evan, here's what I would say. I would be really interested in getting Keon Brown back, especially with the JuCo rulings. You'd have him longer. Don't know if that's going to happen. Don't even know if there's really interest on both sides, if that would even work out. But I like Keon Brown. I like the potential that he has. I wouldn't mind having him on campus again, or not again, but going after him again, because they already went after him once. Yeah, 51 tutties. 51 tutties. Yeah, best NBA team not playing on Christmas. Not even close. It's the Thunder. Okay, it's the Thunder. Should have been playing today. And maybe that's Hunter. There's Hunter. All right, there's Honey.
Yeah, sorry about the issues tonight with Jay. I'll fill in.
I could hear him, but then it would cut out, so I didn't know if he was talking.
Yeah. I think he's having some internet issues tonight. So
yeah, he'll be back sometime.
For everyone to hear him. But yeah, Keon Brown, again, with him, real quick. One, that would be a crazy situation for everything that him being pretty much going to go to OU and then unable to, because of other reasons, go the JuCo route. But for the JuCo, at the time being, he would have to get something, an exception from the NCAA, unless they change the rule officially. Then, as Bobby says,
he won't graduate.
A late addition again. So that would be a difficult situation to work out, but maybe that's what they do. I still think Oklahoma needs one more tight end, or not tight end, sorry, wide receiver out of the transfer portal to kind of even it out for what they lost this past year.
Hey, I met with Jay today at Christmas. We were with each other. We kind of had a behind closed doors meeting, and I left that meeting. Everyone was in good spirits. I tried calling him a couple times. I know he wanted to take some time to be with his family and have conversations with his family before he announced anything, but shocking. I don't, I'll make sure that I get with him later and we'll get that figured out.
This stuff is getting excessive, Germ. Like the talk of like, come on. Like,
I was just kidding.
I was
kidding, man. Jeez,
I know.
What do we know about this other veteran quarterback from West Carolina, Harry James Taylor? We know that he's got a lot of yards and a lot of tutties and will probably be the best third-string quarterback in the country. That's what I know.
Yeah, 6,600 yards passing, 51 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage, 22 interceptions, but again, for a third-string quarterback, that is a very good pickup because I think the numbers that he put up this past year at Western Carolina, 2,500 yards passing, and then the year before, 2,828 touchdowns. I think that would be enough to maybe be a starter elsewhere at a FBS level school, G5 program, making that FCS to FBS jump. And Oklahoma got him as a backup with 2 years left.
It's a great get for a third string quarterback. I mean, it is. Hey, KJ, some of these comments are great. Hey, KJ, saving eligibility. Hunter's 4-star though, and that number may move up to 5-star by the time this video is over. Hey, but seriously, you guys are great. No, Jay did not go anywhere. Just bad connection where he's at. Hey, it's Christmas and we're on here. It's Christmas and we're having a video. Bear with Jay as he's working through internet things where he's at. He's not in his normal spot. So, but he's giving effort. I love the effort. That's the main thing.
Hey, tonight, I know haven't been able to watch it because we've been on here, but Austin Reeves hitting a game winner for the Lakers tonight in that Christmas game.
Yeah. I was trying to go through and delete something.
I didn't see anything, Jerm. If I see it all,
Okay.
get rid of it.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Appreciate it. Jay's trying to fight through it, guys. He's trying to fight through it. He could use a capital letter I there to really help me. Chester is on the line. We have Chester on Christmas night. Chester on Christmas. And does it get any better than this, guys?
Looks like our boss didn't show up, so I'm getting paid free at the moment.
Nice.
There you go.
So, but anyways, if you lose me, the Wi-Fi is kind of crappy right now. Sorry about that. But I gotta get back to you, Germ. The last time I mentioned Beat 'em both should be fired, and you said that's a ridiculous take. All right, I'll leave it alone. It's Christmas. I'll leave it alone. I just wanted to tell you all.
You're welcome to give the take. Bring it.
Nah, not right now. I'll wait till after, the bowl game or whatnot. I just want to say that I really love this show, and I love the community. I love the community in it. Now, I just like that there is a show that lets the regular people call in and say whatever.
Appreciate that, Chester.
And to everybody, Merry Christmas and Boomer Sooner for life.
Boomer Sooner for life. Merry Christmas to you too, Chester. Hey, that is true. What we do here is we do like to allow anyone to give their opinions as long as it's clean and not vulgar. Bring it. And I'm ready to have that conversation about Bill Beatembo going into next season, Chester. So whenever you're ready, let's have it. Sensei taking the night off, but maybe another night Sensei Germ will be back to have that argument. Hey, Chester bringing it per usual, they're saying.
Hey, we got Coconut Greg on the line. Coconut, what's up tonight?
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Oh.
So, the season didn't go the way we wanted, and the real goal is making the playoff, of course. But, I've been watching OU football a long time, and granted, with this current situation, it's odd to me that this is still the most unhyped I think Sooner Nation has ever been for a bowl game. Like, even in past years when we haven't performed where we wanted to be and we weren't in the bowl game we wanted to be, there is still at least some level of excitement for the bowl game. But I think if this bowl game came and went or just got canceled, I don't think Sooner Nation would care. And I'm almost sad because of that. I mean, it's still another chance we have to prove ourselves and play in I guess you call it a big game, but why are we not excited? I mean, I'm in the same boat too, so I don't know.
Here's what I'm going to say to that, and Merry Christmas to you as well, Coconut Greg. I think as the game gets closer, Friday morning, OU fans are going to be amped up to watch their Sooners. At least I am.
And I think it will be a solid turnout for OU. It's in the DFW.
Sold out crowd.
Yeah, I think it's the first sellout that the Armed Forces Bowl.
I didn't know that. Cool. That's
big for them. I think that's why they were as happy as they were to be able to get OU to agree to that bowl game. So
yeah,
that goes, and it's people aren't as hyped for it because it's the Armed Forces Bowl. Oklahoma's usually, if they're not in the playoff, not in the New Year's Six, they're still in one of those kind of considered upper tier bowl games, not on Friday morning at 11 a.m. on ESPN.
That's the worst for me. I won't even get to hardly watch it because I'll be at work the whole time. But
yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of people of not being hyped is, we got to go to work. Can't even watch the game. Maybe can catch an hour of it during the lunch break, but probably going to be during halftime, so you're not even going to get that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
maybe
Greg,
next year we'll perform a little better and get in the Meineke Car Care Bowl or something like that.
I hope a lot better than that. But hey, I have been kind of, and Hunter can attest. We did a video yesterday about the game, and I've been one, even on here, I've been very vocal in saying I don't even care to talk about OU Navy right now. Now, as the game gets closer, I will, but I am excited to watch Michael Hawkins. I'm excited to see Devon Mitchell. I'm excited to see some of these young guys play, and I can't wait, for that part. But outside of that, not a whole lot of excitement. Maybe next year it changes. Hopefully so.
Well, we better show up with our A game because it's really not going to be exciting if we end the season on a sour note by losing to Navy. Now, granted, they're at least a respectable opponent, but we're OU. We should be handling them, so I hope we do on Friday.
Yeah, hey, same, man. Merry Christmas to you, Coconut Greg. Thanks for
Merry
calling
Christmas.
in.
Thanks, guys. See you.
See you. We have Bobby on the line.
Hey, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Bobby.
Listen, do you think the future, like in the near future, we're going to have to rely more on the transfer portal, or do you think that we'll still rely on getting kids out of high school? What do you think? Do you think it's just going to be every year it's going to be a new, like we're just going to like pull a rabbit out of our hat every year, or do you think we can still like develop teams?
I don't think that it's going to be different every year. I think they're going to still stay in the high school ranks. There's been a lot of talk, we talked about it some tonight, of that JuCo ruling. Again, for right now, the only people that are affected by it are the players that would be out of eligibility because they used their last year this past season. That is likely going to change to where JuCo does not at all count against your eligibility.
Correct.
So that could be something that you see. One, I think you could see some more high-end players going the JuCo route because you can go play real football and get developed, and it's not going against you at all. You're getting the first 2 years of your college done. One, from an athlete's perspective, how they're going to look at it, it's going to be a lot easier, a junior college compared to a 4-year university in the basics part of it. So you're going to get all of that, and then you can go wherever. So maybe you see that there where players are, where there's more kind of pull from the JuCo because there should be better talent there. And even if it's not necessarily better talent, it's more development already done for you.
And getting the experience too. What do you think?
They get 2 years to play and already go through everything that you're going to have to go through pretty much in your first 2 years. And then when you're getting them, you still have 4 years of them. And even if you want to sit them for a year to redshirt to adjust from junior college to SEC level, like you can do that and you still get 4 years of the player.
Yeah, I think, Bobby, in my opinion, I don't know if there's ever going to be like a year after year formula. I think each year is its kind of own formula. But ideally, you would like to have high school guys that have been developed. You have this nucleus, this basis, this foundation. You have all the ingredients for a successful program and team. And then you've got to add a few ingredients. And that's what OU's doing this year on offense. They had to add a lot of ingredients on offense. Defense, you look at the defense, it's pretty set. They may add a piece or two, but the ingredients they have on defense is set up for success. They don't have that on offense. They had to go get more out of the portal. I think it's going to be a year-by-year thing, but I think that would be, in my opinion, what they really want to do.
Perfect. All right, guys. Merry Christmas and good night, y'all.
Merry Christmas, Bobby. Corrections 101 says, team up with the JuCo and use it as a farm team like MLB baseball does. Yeah?
It would not happen in that exact way, but
correct.
I do think if you're looking at Oklahoma, I think there's one school in particular, or really a couple, but one being NEO could be one that Oklahoma looks at a lot. They just got Kendall Dolby from the 2023. That worked out great. He was really good in the first season and then first 4 games before he got injured. So, Oklahoma's had success from Blinn College down in Texas. All those Kansas JuCos, if you guys watch Last Chance U, you know a lot about them. They are very good programs. So I think every school would kind of have their couple schools that they're looking at, and one Bolero low. There's so many schools in Kansas. I mean, Indy for a few years.
I mean, there's a lot. Yeah.
Hutch just won the JuCo national championship.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Their MVP is a freshman from Bixby, Cordell Goldsby.
Oh, yeah.
Won MVP that game. Turned to kick.
Hey, Clark, thanks for gifting the Sooner Surge Unlimited membership. I think Ron H. got it. Hey, Big Orange, I know a couple of Tennessee guys entering the portal that I've heard. A D lineman, maybe a corner. Hey, Hunter, I was thinking about the portal. We'll never see this, but you know what could fix the portal problem?
I don't know if anything can fix it, Jeremy.
I got an idea. Can't enter the portal till you've been on campus 2 years.
That will not happen.
What's wrong with it?
They will not do it. They went too
Teaching
far.
guys patience.
Okay, but again, Jeremy, they went way too far.
And now they may come out and say, hey, 2 years on campus before you can enter the portal, unless your coach leaves. If your head coach leaves, you can portal. Otherwise, you stay for 2 years.
What about a position coach leaving?
Nope, head coach.
Okay, but I could even see some coaches kind of being opposed to that maybe. Sometimes you get a guy and it doesn't work out in that first year and you kind of understand, okay, this isn't going to work. Maybe it's best for both parties to part ways. So not any specific school. I think it just happens in a lot of places, and maybe coaches would be against that because you're kind of wasting a roster spot on someone if you can tell after a year, if that's enough time to be able to tell, hey, this isn't going to work for either side. So,
hey, kudos to Sooner UK official who's watching at 416, dude. That's impressive. Not sure if you heard, but Bass is not playing Friday. He had a setback. I did hear this, Ron, and hey, the fact that he was going to play Friday, in my opinion, is pretty impressive. To me, that says a lot about the kid. That he's back and he was going to play. I know he was like scout team quarterbacking.
It's a year and 2 weeks removed from an ACL tear in the 3A state championship last year. So him being back and able to be a scout team quarterback, playing the role of Blake Horvath, Navy, who's, I think, very similar style of play of Bass with how well he's able to run the football. So
we'll see how well he did. He prepared him, because if OU shuts down Horvath, you would have to think Bass did a pretty good job. I imagine he's a pretty good athlete that can imitate what Blake Horvath does.
Yeah.
And I hope he's not injury prone. I hope that's not the case. It sounded like this was some kind of freak deal. What someone told me.
I have no idea, Jeremy. I'm not even going to go.
Yeah, I don't want to really talk about it either. Yeah.
I'm not going to claim to know on it.
I do not know. Absolutely. I'm just saying what someone had mentioned. But I like the prospect of him. Where did Eric McCarty end up?
I don't think he has ended up anywhere yet. Let me see.
I don't think he's gone anywhere yet, Hunter.
Hey, Chapman McCown, Central Arkansas. Good for him.
Yeah.
He was able to get a landing spot.
Man, a lot of the big time. Auburn was able to get the number one receiver out of the portal in Singleton. Auburn's killed it in the portal.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of money. They brought in 2 quarterbacks. AJ McCarron was talking about how much money Jackson Arnold supposedly got. They paid a lot for him, and then that other quarterback they brought in isn't going to be a cheap one, not as high end, but still. I think Hugh Freeze knows that he doesn't have much time left to turn it around, and they're going all in on this year.
Hey, can you pull up OU's linebackers?
Like for this game or?
For this year, for next season, who all's going to be on campus? Because Ron's asking for the 2 deep. Look, obviously it's going to be Kip and Kobe are the 2 guys. You also have backing up, you have Lewis Carter, you have James Nesta, you have Jaron Kanak. Outside of that, I'm missing someone. I'm missing someone, Hunter.
I'm trying to.
If they move Kanak to offense, Nesta would have to be the backup.
Yeah, James Nesta would have to be. And then again with him is he's a baseball pitcher. Last year he jumped around with both. Didn't really travel with the team and wasn't ever going to be on the active roster for the baseball program last spring. This year, I would think that that's going to be different. I think he's going to likely be with the team at least a little bit and enough that what kind of spring practice is he going to get for football? I don't know that answer. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of spring football there. But yeah, if they were to move Jaron Kanak to offense, then yeah, you have to have James Nesta ready to go in that kind of emergency role. And then, they have Taylor Heim as well. And then they also have Marcus James, a true freshman from Carl Albert.
What about Wine?
Taylor Wine's the edge rusher.
Rusher. I don't think he would move to linebacker.
No, he's not playing linebacker.
Yeah, Sammy O's the guy that could, and they could move someone to Cheetah. Crystal, thanks so much. Crystal is gifted. It is a Merry Christmas here on the Sooner Surge. As many, I think that's 11 gifted memberships. Hunter, that's 12. Clark,
12
Chester, Crystal. Hey, will you drop the email again in there? If you claim one of these Surge memberships, Hunter is going to drop our email address in there where you can get the Discord link sent to you and be part of the Discord. It's right there, SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com, and hit the like button as well.
And real quick, Sooner United Kingdom, I'll get you that Discord link after the show. I saw your email. Haven't had a chance to send that over, but as soon as we get off here, I'll get that to you.
And really quickly, the Discord is really just an extension of this show here. It is an absolute extension of this show. We don't claim to have inside information. It's not really anything like that. It's really about having conversation, discussion throughout the entire day. A lot of times, too often, as my wife says, she's like, "Are you on the Discord again?" Because I
probably a lot today.
It's fun.
It's fun. That was a long time today that you were on it. Kept getting the buzz alert on my phone about it.
Hey, real quick, do y'all think Rick Barnes can get over the hump and finally lead the Vols to Final Four? I like Rick Barnes. I think he's a really good coach. I don't know if he'll ever get to the Final Four again. They're talented. I mean, SEC is deep this year. 6A state champions this year, Bixby.
Bixby 6A1, Choctaw 6A2. Choctaw's first ever, or first since 1960. So 64 years in the making. Both of those games, some of the best high school football you could ask for. 1-point games that went down to the absolute final play.
Yeah. Man, great night tonight, Hunter. Thanks for popping in on here. Listen, someone asked about the pregame on Friday. I may be doing a pregame before the game. It would probably air at about 9:30, go live, 9:30 to 10 or so. But for sure we'll be on after the game for an instant reaction. Crystal says she's been offline for a couple of days. What's the recruiting updates? Well,
Cole Gonzales.
Cole Gonzales is the most recent. He's probably going to be the third string quarterback. Really great numbers, honestly. 6,000 yards, 51 tutties. Great for a third teamer out of Western Carolina. Outside of that, if you were not aware, they did sign a tight end in Carson Kent from Kennesaw State. And then the big news yesterday that was mentioned and then kind of removed was R. Mason Thomas possibly coming back for another year. And if Dominic Williams and R. Mason come back, you have a great Christmas gift in those two guys coming back.
Yeah, that would be massive wins for Oklahoma if they're able to get both of those guys. R. Mason, who had a very good year, I mean, making an all-SEC team year one in the SEC, and then Dominic Williams, one of the best interior defensive linemen in college football, to get both of them back for their senior seasons. That would be massive for Oklahoma. And then one more update, James Thompson defensive
Illinois.
lineman Oklahoma was going after Illinois, so they lose out on that one. So
Hey, but don't you think
a lot,
Hunter? But don't you think the fact that maybe if Dominique and R. Mason are coming back, that there was conversations with that guy?
I don't think those two had anything to do with it, because I think kind of the expectation was for those guys to come back. But Devon Sears with this whole JuCo ruling,
correct,
taking his name out of the NFL draft, so he can come back to Oklahoma. Maybe that's what changed it. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. He hasn't officially said that he is coming back, but he posted a picture in a uniform, which a lot of people have been kind of saying leads to, oh, this guy's coming back. The guys that have posted that picture so far have not gone the other way.
Ron's careful thought and consideration. He's going to return. Appreciate that, Ron, and all those who are on here every night. Dominique is going to play, it sounds like. I don't think just because of location. I think that could maybe help if he were to decide to go to the NFL, draft status, all that. But hey, big kudos to everyone on here tonight. Thanks to Clark, to Chester, to Crystal, to all those that gifted Sooner Surge memberships, and to those who claimed the Sooner Surge Unlimited membership. If you did claim one of those 12 that were gifted, email us at SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. Hit the like before you leave. And shout out to Bobby Red Wine, to Coconut Greg, and to Chester Carter for calling in tonight. We thank you. Have a Merry Christmas evening. I hope your day was filled with great fun and family time together, and that you celebrated the reason for this season. And turn on your notifications. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great Thursday.
Yeah, real quick on the way out, everyone who got a membership, the email is pinned in the chat. So send an email. I'll get you hooked up with the Discord.
Thanks, Hunter.